So this past weekend, we finally gotten the release of Wicked for Good, the second film in the Wicked. I would even say it's a franchise because of how well it's been doing since the first one. I wouldn't even be surprised if they greenlight a third or some form of prequel. Now, this past weekend, it opened to actually a record breaking estimated $150 million in its first weekend in the United States, which is actually a record now for a musical, a Broadway musical. That's the biggest opening of all time for a Broadway musical. And also, it did $76 million internationally if you exclude China and Japan. It has not released in both China and Japan. So you're looking at a total of $226 million. That's how much it's been able to generate in its first weekend. So the reality here is that it opened well. It opened very well. But the problem is that it might face a very big competition coming this next weekend. Zootopia Part 2 is coming out, and with the fact that it's coming really, really, really soon, just a week after Wicked for Good made its debut, this could even shorten Wicked for Good's box office in the long run. Because if Zootopia is the hit that the first one is, remember the first one made $1 billion. If Zootopia 2 performs that in that same manner, it will shortchange Wicked for Good. I'm surprised they released both of them at the same time. So look, it's an interesting situation at the box office right now. Um, in fact, if you look at the overseas markets for Wicked for Good, its top market apart from the US is the UK, made $24 million. It made 8.6 million in Australia, Germany 4.1, Korea 3.8, Mexico 3.7, Philippines, and other countries. The only places it's not released is China and Japan. And the other top 10, if you're looking at the other top 10, apart from Wicked for Good, you're looking at Now You See Me Part 2, second weekend, $9.1 million for a total of 36.8 million. Predators Badlands is still underperforming badly now. It's 6.3 million this past weekend for a total of 76.3. Running Man made 5.8 million for a total of $27 million. The Rental Family made $3.3 million this past weekend. Now, Sisu Part 2 made $2.6 million in its debut. Regretting You made $1.5 million for a total of $47.3 million. Nuremberg made $1.2 million for a total of $11 million. Black Phone made $1 million for a total of 76.4 million. Sarah's Oil made 772,000 dollars for a total of $10.4 million. So look, this past weekend wasn't bad. In total, you're looking at 181.6 million in this past weekend for the box office numbers in the United States. If you're looking at internationally, one battle after another has finally crossed $200 million, but it's still a massive flop for Warner Brothers. They made 70 million in the United States and $131 million internationally. Total now is $202 million. Chainsaw Man made 42.5 million in the US and a 131.5 million overseas. Total is 175 million. Predators Badlands made 76 million in the United States, 83.3 million internationally for a total of $159 million. Now You See Me Too made 109.4 million internationally plus 36.8 million in the US. So you're looking at a total of 146.2 million. Zootopia 2 is coming out and it's going to be explosive overseas. I don't know how much it's going to be able to generate, but I can sense that Zootopia 2 will probably come closer to 800 to 900 million dollars when it's all said and done. So that's the box office rundown for this past weekend. It's a very good opening weekend for Wicked for Good, starring Ariana Grande, as well as Cynthia Erivo, Both of them are back to conclude this two-part film. Time will tell whether this film can make over $700 million to eclipse the first one, because if not, the first one made over $700 million. So I'm gonna monitor this film's performance going forward. It does have decent ratings. 90, I think 95% on audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, and an A cinema score. So guys, share your thoughts down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to like our content. I'll see you guys very much next time.